Hello and welcome back here for the final game of the day, which has 100 Thieves Academy going up against C9 Academy. Let's go ahead, jump right into those starting rosters. Selecting the blue side, it's 100 Thieves Academy. They've got Fake God in the top lane, Contracts in the jungle, Saligo at mid, Prismal bottom, Breezy on support, and Coach Kelsey Moser.
100 Thieves Academy trying to come in here and get a win on stage. Facing them on the red side, it is going to be Cloud9 Academy, who we just saw their main squad completely dominate. Top lane is Fudge, jungle is Inori, mid lane Palafox, bot lane is King and Diamond, and Coach Rainover. There's a face for those of you, the old school LCS
or baby, throw it back.
LCS fans trying to make his climb through the coaching ranks.
Important thing to point out, King is playing remotely today due to visa issues, so just keep that in mind in case you look at the player cams and wonder, I wonder what's going on with this one.
When I was doing my first one of these, which was, I think in week 1, it was Dignitas versus someone who they totally smashed. I looked back and I was like, I wonder when we're going to start, because 2 of the chairs were empty and then it just started into chance select.
It's like, wait a second. 3v5. All right, well, where once Cloud9 Academy dominated the scene, they start Spring Split, still hoping to achieve a sense of cohesion as they go up against 100 Thieves Academy here today.
Yeah, King and Inori have struggled a little bit more than I think was expected. You know, King coming over from OS, Inori actually playing at one time in a 3rd, 4th place match for Phoenix 1, for those of you who remember. So you're kind of expecting them to do pretty well. And then across on the other side, Contracts has been pretty strong, and 100 Thieves has that 3-2 start.
All right, let's see what they want to ban here. What do they want to pick? What are we going to see? We've got Akali, Syndra, Rumble, Thresh, Elise, all banned away. Pretty popular picks. We've seen a lot of all of them, except Akali, because you never see any of Akali, because she's always banned.
Will the boss get first picked, even with the Senna ban? Because the Senna ban is daring you to pick Aphelios, but the boss is a fun first pick.
Well, pick him, pick him, pick him, pick him, pick him. All right, he's locked in. We're going to see some punches.
Yeah, he's really strong right now, and it's so weird because a lot of people talk about this. Also, by the way, Mordekaiser is usually what's picked against him, even though Mordekaiser usually still loses lane a lot, but then has an over 50% win rate in winning the game.
Because Mordekaiser can do more stuff in a fight.
Yeah, he just like does more stuff later, even though Set's ability to just kind of take over early mid is just nuts.
Set's he's a walking house with hands. He just walks up to you, and you can't hurt him, and he's really big, and the hands are there to punch you with, and it's just a very difficult situation for anything that has to get within range of him to do anything at all. So Mordekaiser and Set locked in top lanes for each side, and it's also going to be bottom lanes picked up for each side. Those mirror lanes that we've mentioned so many a time before. Aphelios and what looks like Leona for Cloud9. 100 Thieves. Wait, it's the complete furry anime roster. It's Zaya and Rakan and Set all locked in at the same time.
Sure, that's the comp. What? Can you round it out, or is that all?
I'm pretty sure that's the only 3 of them. I was trying to remember what their names are. They're Vestaians or Vestaians or something like that. I was talking to my stream about this last night because they didn't realize Set was the same species as Zaya and Rakan.
Wait, he's just okay.
But he's half. He's half because he's one of those and a human. You need to read the lore. This is important.
Yeah, it's something that has been on my list of things to do, but that I just never looked at.
We have a lore book now.
I know. Like, there's actually, so I'm not memeing here. There actually is improved lore, and it gives you so much to talk about during downtime, but I just know, like, 0. I'm so bad with lore. I'm like, Set, he's the dude who does sit-ups. Like, that's about as much lore.
Yeah, hey, that's pretty good in-game lore. That makes a lot of sense. It fits his character very well. Let's see what we're going to see in these bans, though. We got Jarvan, and we got Gragas. Targeting the jungle pool when junglers have yet to be picked. Good moves there coming out from both teams. I like it. It's a good look. Rek'Sai taken off the table as well. And since Elise got banned out in that first phase, a lot of these popular junglers, they're not there, my friend.
Maybe we're going to see the jungle Set. Like Dardoch played earlier, he actually played that jungle Set so well. I don't think, just like my read of it, is that jungle Set is not that good because his early ganking is pretty lackluster and you're not able to get in the pro game like high enough income to justify it. But I mean, Dardoch made it work. He had a spectacular game on it. It's just, I don't expect 100 Thieves to flex it.
All right.
But what are they going to do? Because that's all the junglers
Yeah,
gone.
all the junglers have gone poof. Well, no, except this one. This one's here.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's locked in, and Nori gets to play him.
And then Contracts will play like Kindred or something? And just get kicked out of his ult?
Wait, and Inori's not wearing the headband today, but he's playing the champion that wears a headband.
He was wearing a headband last time he was on stage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the headband synergy's not quite there between him and his champion. We'll see how well he can take that to the
GG,
rip.
go next. 100 Thieves moves to 4-2. Let's see you next week.
Well, we have the Aatrox picked up for 100 Thieves, so that could be the top laner and Set is the jungler. Entirely possible. Aatrox can also go mid into certain matchups.
Yeah.
But considering our opponents have not yet
It's gonna
shown
be the jungle set.
the mid laner for the side of Cloud9, if you're talking from a 100 Thieves perspective, you don't know. But yeah, that is looking like
Hey.
jungle Set with Orianna in the mid lane. Okay, Cloud9, you're thinking, all right,
Set Ori.
we know what's coming now.
Set Ori could actually be a really nasty ball delivery system.
Yeah, you just jump in from the top rope, slam somebody
Yeah.
into the back line, and then boom, shockwave.
Yeah, that. I want to see that. That's my goal for this game.
Oh, that's the-
is to see that combo.
That's some true WWE style right there. I can't wait for it. LeBlanc locked in from C9, so they want some pick potential. They're saying, all right, you guys got the tag team. We're just going to blow people up. I mean, LeBlanc and Lee, that's some good pick potential. Have a
Yeah.
Felios shooting an ult from 2,000 units away. He'll assist with it. It's great.
Yeah, everyone trying to get picks while Mordekaiser tries not to die. Well, I guess he doesn't have to laning at set anymore, so it's actually an easier lane, even though Aatrox is pretty strong.
And Aphelios' ult range is not actually 2,000 units, but he still can
Yeah.
hit from a very long way away. If he hits you with the ulti
like-
and the auto attack from Calibrum comes in, it's like really long.
I think it's 1,800.
It's not 2,000.
It's darn close.
So I am clarifying there. But
Fun fact, I don't know if we're going to see this, but if it does happen, it's not too wonky. So Set is unstoppable during his R,
yes.
right? Since Mordekaiser's R is a suppression, if you try and R him while he's unstoppable, it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Your ult goes on cooldown.
It's one of the
So-
fun things of playing
Yeah.
a suppression champion. I know this all too well.
Well, you mean not fun?
Yes, fun.
Yeah, fun.
Fun. Yes, fun.
Yeah.
Fun. But we'll see how well the Mordekaiser can deal with them. Or maybe during the team fights, if Set just starts, being that big old brick house with fists, you just ult him and then run away from him in your own death realm so that you just keep him away from the fight for 7 seconds.
I would hope that you can 1v1 a jungle Set as Mordekaiser.
True. This is also the Mecha Kingdom set, which I like a lot better than the normal one because I like giant robots.
Okay.
I feel like not enough people use this one. I think there's too many weebs in LCS,
Should expand on this.
which means people tend towards the anime-looking one more.
The anime-looking Aatrox skin?
But giant robots are also anime. It's just a different kind, right?
Yeah, it's like Gundam anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Avali would probably know more about this than I do, but I like the giant robot kind better. And we've got 2 giant robots on one team with 100 Thieves.
Cool.
Mordekaiser needs a skin where he's a giant robot.
He is a giant robot.
I don't think he's a robot so much
I
as
guess
he's
he's like
possessed
Shadow
armor.
Realm
It's like
stuff.
It's the medieval
True.
robot.
You could make a giant robot Mordekaiser. And it would be sweet. He already has so many sweet skins, though. Like, the fact that each of his skins have, like, their own colored death realm.
Yeah.
Like the Infernal Mordekaiser
It
death
actually
realm.
takes you to hell.
Yeah,
So,
it's-
fun Mordekaiser fact. If you spectate a game of League of Legends, and the moment you load into the game, Mordekaiser has someone in his
Oh,
death
yeah,
realm,
the whole game's-
the entire game will be in the death realm for the rest of the match, and you can't fix it unless you rewind the game. As soon as you rewind the game to any point, it'll fix. But if you don't rewind the game, it will stay in League of Hell for the
Yeah.
rest of the game. It's very hard to do. I've only ever done it twice because you have to do it purely on accident and just come in at the
Yeah.
exact right moment, but it's still super cool.
Do people know how much you just watch Spectator?
I watch a lot.
You do it
of
all the
Spectator.
time. So
I
like,
use it for background noise.
that's how rare this probably is. Like the fact that it's only happened to you twice.
Yeah. If I'm eating dinner and I'm like, oh, what should I watch? I just find one of my friends,
Yeah.
I watch Solo QTV, and sometimes you watch
Yeah.
Mordekaiser in Hellland.
There you go. And you just leave it on.
Yeah. Oh, as soon as I see it, it's like Christmas. Christmas in February. Inori starting off on his red buff. You're going to see contracts starting off the same. Contracts going buff to buff here, it looks like. Running to the other end of the map immediately. And
Get those autos in. Oh, I like that.
yeah, trade back and forth. Thwap, thwap, thwap.
Oh, Spellbook Ori. Sometimes there is like a. I wonder, I'm kind of disappointed he didn't go Smite Spellbook Ori because there was that like brief moment of time where we thought maybe that would be good.
Oh yeah, with the
Yeah.
runic echoes.
But especially with the earlier jungle camp respawns, I think it. I'm not good enough at mid lane to be able to like limit test this, but I think it could be good. Spellbook Ori with Smite with the short jungle timers, especially if you're doing it with a single target jungler, like a Lee Sin or a Trundle, who doesn't actually want to kill Raptors, and then the mid laner just has Raptors as their camp.
See, I only play Skarner, and I like taking my own Raptors.
So
I'll
would not
test
like
this with you, but I'll play Garen top. And you just leave me alone, and you and the jungler can farm the Raptors as Contracts comes up here to make a play. Fudge is in some trouble, man. This is not the best place to be. Contracts coming in. Fudge resigns to his own fate. He knows he's not getting away, but he wants to take Fake God with him. Tries to bring down the hammer, but no, sir. The haymaker comes out. The punches follow it up. Fake God's just hanging around saying, look what you weren't able to get. And bam, uppercut. That's first blood.
Yep, that's definitely one of those plays where you can't be fighting when you're up against a jungler who started red, went blue, went Gromp. That's just like your bread and butter top lane gank timing. I got into this debate like last year on the dive with Kobe. I want to actually know your thought about this as a jungler.
All right, I'm so ready for this.
So I think an effective way to climb in solo queue is to find a good jungle path / strategy and do the exact same thing every game.
Yes.
Like as a simplification. Kobe was like, you can't do that, there's so much context. I'm like, sure, in like Master.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to climb, like what you saw Contracts do here, like if you're a blue side jungler, you will, and you're a strong level 3. These are the 2 prerequisites. And you do red, blue, Gromp, gank top. 70% of the time you're getting a kill. Like I swear, it's that simplistic in that sense. Tell your top laner, I'm coming up at this time, like know the timing, and that's already beyond where a lot of people go. Like they don't actually know what time their 3 camps are.
Yeah.
I'd say, hey, I will be top, and since you've done it every game, at this time, it's so free. Like you get this just for climbing. It's not for like the best player, but it's a way to climb.
I am a simple man, chat.
Okay.
I see a simple man's strategy, and I say, yes, that's for me.
Okay.
I recognize I am not a challenger tier player, nor will I ever be. I peaked 25 LP shy of Masters and never got there, and I've regretted it for the last 3 years. But I did what you're talking about. I climbed using spammable, repeatable strategies.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not the smartest thing. Yes, if people play against you 2 or 3 games in a row because you're playing at 3 a.m., they're going to say, hey, this guy ganks top. But you know what? That's part of the game.
Yeah.
That's part of what you're signing up for. But it does work, especially if, like you're saying, you got a champion that really vibes with that kind of a strategy.
Yeah, sweet. I'm glad we're in agreement.
Back in Season 6, when I was actually decent at the game, Season 6 was when you could power farm jungle and just take over the game. And so the route that I did with Skarner, you would be able to have flash, ult, your red buff, and your blue smite at level 6. You'd be level 6 at 6 minutes and 4 seconds every game. And you just flash ult the mid laner, kill him instantly. You would be level 6 and the mid laners would be level 5. And you would go take the Drake. 77% win rate for most of that season. And the reason that this worked is because it's hard countered. You actually skipped your red on the first clear. So if your opponent knew what you were doing, he would take your red, you get bonked.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it feels really, really bad. But if he doesn't know what you're doing, which I wasn't a master tier player, I'm not queuing into the same guy 10 games in a row, it works super well. So you have to be willing to play around the fact that you're not the best. If a bad strategy works and you're not in super great ELO, abuse it until it doesn't work anymore.
Sweet. I got my Season 1 strat for you after this, but there's a play happening probably bot lane as they're trying to contest for this Mountain Drake.
All right, King gets a little bit of damage onto Breezy. Diamond's looking to walk away. Breezy grabbed the knock up there onto the Leona, but the follow-up's not there in time. Remember, Contracts on the set doesn't have any gap closing potential without that ulti, so he's gonna walk away. And Nori grabs the crab. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, Contracts is farming up well. Another really interesting like meta trend that I've been looking at is the way different regions kind of approach jungling. Where it's not uncommon to see LCK junglers with over 200 CS by the end of the game because they're still taking these like fairly low risk plays, and I'm really curious to see in patch 10.3 what becomes of that because the experience is up more. Because yeah, if you're trying to help your lanes, like there's a lot of ways where it is more efficient to just be starved of XP. But Fightbot, his Contracts is here.
Oh, Breezy.
Waddling in.
Almost taken down. One more auto attack would do it. He's out of there. And Prisma almost falls too. King looking for the play. Needs one more auto attack. Does not have the Calibrum sniper rifle to manage to get the range. Contracts tries to go in there, but that's Crescendum, that's Severum, that's the 1v1 capability. That is the short-range damage that you cannot disrespect.
Ori wants it, but they're running around it.
And they're out. King, wait, King? King? Get back on your royal escort. All right, they're out of there.
Right there is why I don't necessarily love set jungle. It's like, if you're Lee Sin or Lise, obviously they're all banned. Even Kindred, because you're ranged and you can do a little jumpy jump thing.
Yes, the jumpy jump.
Yeah, the Q. You get the kill in that situation, but Contracts was just like so sadly running towards the Aphelios and Leona and ends up dying. It was close.
Let's take another look. How it started, how it looks.
I mean, it was definitely a little bit of a bait. Like, Contract's on a control ward. He's saying, all right, you can go in. If we start a fight, it's fine. But they lost the fight so badly that C9 was actually able to run away from Contracts while getting kills under the turret. It's kind of ironic that if Contracts just stayed in the tri-brush instead of trying to run around, then he would have been able to get a kill. King sidestepping the true damage part of the W, but still getting hit by it very closely because he had Severum as well as Crescendum could sustain as well as getting high amounts of DPS.
And you saw it there. He got down below like 50 HP, so just a little bit more damage would have taken him out. Palafox gets caught by a shockwave there, able to get himself out of the way. Breezy locked down by the chains. Here comes your follow-up CC from Diamond. Palafox can't get any closer. He's going to be taken down. The Ignite fadeaway will get him. Saligo responsible for that one as Inori is the next victim, and 100 Thieves have found a fight.
Saligo can pick up the kill at the end.
Oh! Well, or he'll get picked up.
Yeah, King with the nice sniper ultimate finishes him off. Inori kicked Saligo into range to kill Palafox. I think that's what happened. Unless it was a corrupting potion charge. We'll get to see that in the replay. Here goes Fake God.
All right, Fake God's into the fight. Can he make anything happen? King's gonna be caught up in the middle of a whole lot. Not gonna be kept alive from Severum that time around. Fake God, he's still ready to go, looking to grab even more kills in this battle. Fudge buying some time, but he's stuck in the death realm. Can he grab the kill into Contracts before he gets away? Yes, he can. He brings down the mace, and he's bought enough time now to potentially turn this one around. And Nori going right back into the fight. He grabbed the kill into Breezy. Prismal throws out the feathers. He's not going to hold them back here just yet. And Nori's going to be rooted up in that, but Prismal's taken down. That's a one-for-one trade. Saligo's made his way back into the fight because the fight's still happening.
Yeah. We're not going to be able to replay that whole thing.
No.
I'm sorry. That's like a minute of time. So we're going to have to try and pick and choose the most important parts. The thing that stood out to me is Fudge took such little damage, I thought I missed the original Mordalt, then he Mordalted to take even less damage. But watching this, as Drake's going down, we're gonna watch to see
how Saligo dies.
How Saligo kills Palafox.
Oh, okay.
So he's got his ball, he picks it up, he's autoed, he has Corrupting Potion ticking. Okay, it
was the Ignite.
It was the Ignite from the spell book as well as the Corrupting Potion that managed to finish him off.
There was no extra clockwork wind up there.
Inori, you're off the hook. It secured the kill. Ooh, nice. It's like a cut replay. So King actually had a ton of chakrams right here until he runs out of ammo to switch guns. He also got killed by the boss. But then, like, look at this. Like, Fudge, he's not in Death Realm yet.
No.
He's just not taking any damage. Then he's in Death Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just 1v4'd at the end of that fight.
There you go.
Yeah.
It amounts the opportunity for C9 to make a comeback play. They're still down about 500 gold. Let's see if anybody wants to fight for this Herald. We're not seeing any 8-minute Heralds this time around, my friend.
No.
Academy teams don't have the priority on it.
No. So I'm still trying to figure out like what you should do, because I know a lot of casters end up casting that way. Like, they decide what's good and then they cast what is right and wrong based on that thing. But like, C9 and Dig and TL and FlyQuest put very high priority on early Rift Heralds, but it's not necessarily right. Like, G2 in their game against Fnatic today did a relatively early Rift Herald swap to acquire it, but it's because they just pushed in and they saw Reckless was freezing bottom lane. So they said, okay, we're not going to sacrifice pressure to go for this, because I still think there's a situation where you give up too much tempo to get the Rift Herald and it's not worth it, right? Like, in getting the Rift Herald, all your waves get pushed, you lose 2 plates bottom lane, and then you can never get pressure back to do the perfect Rift Herald drop we talk about. Like, it actually wouldn't be worth it. So I'm just really curious to see how like that kind of stuff evolves. In this one, it's obviously a little bit more delayed. The lane swap has already happened, the disadvantage is usually to the team that starts it, but they have enough push top lane that they can take it. Like, this is still fine, because they'll get it and they'll be able to drop it for plates.
Rift Herald should go over to 100 Thieves. Doesn't look like there's any sort of a contest for that here. Contracts picks it up. Breezy and Prismal walking back towards the top side, but Contracts and Saligo are going back to base. Still got ourselves a pretty close game here. I mean, these teams in the standings are pretty close, 3-2 versus 2-3. So Cloud9 could tie 100 Thieves in the standings here if they win this one. Bottom side, Fudge and Fake God, pretty close in terms of farm. You can see Fake God has the CDR garage sale, very common for Aatroxes to go for that nice and early. Fudge, he's got the Haunting guys, doesn't want to go for the full Leandries before stopping off for the arm guard, though, to get the extra armor in the fight. Makes sense.
In my head, I was trying to think. Jeez, I was trying to think.
Wait,
like,
what was your level 1 jungle strategy that you told me you were going to tell me, but you never told me?
Oh yeah,
Or the season 1 jungle strategy.
yeah. So season 1 was a very weird time for the jungle. For those of you who don't know, a lot of people didn't even jungle. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, there might be a fight and then a Rift Herald drop. So okay, here's what it was. There were no jungle items either, or at least I didn't do the jungle item because I was Udyr. People did Madrid's Blood Razor. I didn't need it.
Right,
you could
because
clear
you're Udyr.
fast enough. You could clear fast enough with Phoenix. I would do the 3 small camps. I would start Cloth Armor 4-pot, not Cloth Armor 5-pot, because you actually used to take so much damage in the jungle that you need 5 potions. Cloth Armor 4-pot. I'll get to the rest after this fight.
All right, Cloud Drake's taken down. The boss secures it. Diamond goes in, but he's forced into the stasis immediately. Breezy jumping in and out, all about. Still looking to make some kind of a move. Contract's going to be keeping himself alive with the Haymaker. Therapy Rift comes out, but 100 Thieves still managing to keep themselves alive. Fudge takes down the set, but now he could be in a bad spot himself. The shield keeping him alive, forced to retreat here once again. Palafox jumps away, and Cloud9 decides to fall back. It is a 1-for-1 trade, but is the Drake picked up by 100 Thieves.
Yeah, keeping it even as they're trying to push him back, but it's really hard for them to get a good...
Oh, we're not done yet.
Here we go.
Palafox! He's taken down. Killing spree for Saligo.
Saligo might end up carrying this game just yet. 4-1-1 on that Orianna. Orianna scales real well, and we still have the chance for that set Orianna combo, which I was going to try and like diagram the perfect one, and I was like, nah, I'm going to draw something that is not allowed, and it's going to be a mistake.
Yeah, you got to watch out with the
just like, okay, this
thing
big
there.
set's going to move the team, and the Orianna's going to
this circle here.
Yeah, in my head, it wasn't going to work. After this replay, I'll get to diagramming my old jungle path. Shockwave actually whipped in this fight, but Diamond ended up being so low at the start, and like the set Aatrox Ori is just such a beefy team. Contracts might have to build the QSS or just get more farm, otherwise Fudge is going to keep straight up just murdering him in these team fights. Okay, so.
All right, the Season 1 jungle path.
Season 1 jungle path.
Remember, Gromp wasn't real. Gromp did not
Gromp
exist.
didn't exist. So Krugs weren't a thing either. There was just like variations of wolves and golems.
Yeah.
So you would do 3 camp. You do here, here, here.
Well, these were wraiths. It was a golem, a wraith, and
I've already messed
a
up.
dog.
I was wrong. I started here, 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 recall.
Okay.
Buy boots.
Okay. So now you're at a cloth armor.
Now
However
I'm
many
level
potions
3.
are left.
Now I'm
and a
level
boot.
3. Then I go blue. I need to draw it again. Blue, here, 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 here. The reason this worked on Udyr is because
This is very similar to my Season 6 clear.
At this point, I was level 5. Bot lane was level 3. I'd kill them both.
Yeah, that's really similar to what I would do in Season 6. I just had an extra Gromp in there.
Yep.
That's you and I.
And then you just run the game.
We're on the
camps,
same
small
big
camps
brain.
had so much experience, and the extra benefit was they actually spawned 15 seconds before blue and red buff. And it took years for people to optimize this before they had to change it. So I would just spam in chat to get people to help, because no one actually helped you with those camps. They'd literally just sit at blue until it spawned, and then they'd help you with that. So I'd be like, no, just clear the camp with me. It'll speed me up. Here we go, fight.
All right, we're into a fight. It's Fake God starting things off. Cloud9 is separated. Shelly's occupying some people there in the mid lane. Anori's over the wall. He's dead. Breezy's grabbing the kill. Not exactly the guy you wanted on, but hey, it's better than nothing. And that means they've now got the man advantage, pushing up the mid lane here. 100 Thieves looking to take down the first turret of the game. Almost 17 minutes in. No turrets are dead yet. Shelly got summoned when she was about to fade away. No plates were even left. Cloud9, can you defend this? Moonlight Vigil did about 3 damage, so probably not. And that turret is gone.
Yeah, gotta be more grouped up if you want that big old explosion for Moonlight Vigil, but still pretty solid play by 100 Thieves Academy. let's see, 2,000 gold lead. One Drake, Ocean Rift on the way. But just such a good front-to-back team comp. If they continue scaling and Contracts finds a way not to die to Fudge his Mordekaiser in those 1v1s, then they'd have it in the bag. The danger, though, is that Aphelios gets items and a Hurricane, and then he can just kill Aatrox and Set both at once.
Speaking of items, we got the Gargoyle Stoneplate up on the Leona.
Yep.
And speaking of the Leona, one thing I love watching about these games, and just League of Legends in general, I love the differences between the skins of the same character. If you look at the Eclipse version of Leona, she's like this, her quotes are super like doomsday, like I am the chosen of the Eclipse and the world is turning and all this like super dramatic. This could be a $100 million movie, not Cats, but like a real $100 million movie budget that's super cool. And then there's this skin, which is here's a hot dog. And it's
Why are you flaming Cats? Did you like it?
It was terrible.
Did you go to the theaters?
Yeah.
With who?
I did not enjoy that movie.
Okay.
It
doesn't seem like a Captain Flowers movie.
It wasn't.
Gundams.
I had heard that it was awful, and I had to see it with my own two eyes, and now I'll never get the image of Gandalf dressed as a homeless man slurping milk out of a pan out of my eyes. And we're going to see this fight now as King gets himself stunned up, rooted up, taken down, the burst coming in, and he's out of there. Contracts grabs the kill, and Nori now moving down towards Diamond. The hot dog is not enough to get himself out of a fight that was losing, so he'll just barely hobble away, and we'll see Contracts and the rest 100 Thieves beat down this mid lane turret.
Contracts found a nice flank right there, knowing that King doesn't have a peel support. All you got to do is get in behind that Aphelios. You can usually make something happen, and they did just that as Ocean Drake spawns.
And that will be Drake number 2 for the side 100 Thieves. Considering the Drakes weren't taken super early this game and the fact that they've been 1-1 so far, Drake's soul is still a distant dream for either squad. Means we get more time looking at this lovely Therapy Rift. And Fudge will farm himself up a Gromp. Still only one item here on the Mordekaiser. Leandri's is nice, but you want to have a little bit more firepower.
Yep. I really like the Nashor Zanyas when there's these Juggernaut comps because it increases your dueling so much more.
And it looks really
You
cool.
should do that. It look cool. I think it's goofy. Just like fast attacks.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, goofy is a fun word.
Gorge.
Yeah. And goofy's meant to be fun. Who's that? Bring back flowers.
I'm sorry, I had to.
That was good.
Okay, let's check back into the state of the game as now Diamond gets himself a catch onto an opponent there. Breezy is blown up, and Nori grabbing the kill credit. And with that pick, let's see what C9 Academy can do, because they're still 3,000 gold down.
Yeah.
But they've got an extra man on the map here for the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think the King has gone Hurricane second, actually, because of the front line that he has to deal with. And then he's going to maybe go Infinity Edge with his next item, but I think it's the right choice.
I love the Hurricane synergy on Aphelios' guns. It's just nuts. Because every gun has a special on-hit effect. So if you have an item that's tripling your on-hit effects, why not?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see here. The turret's just gonna shoot some things. No big deal. Yep. Shoot it from 1,000,000 meters away.
Yeah. Gotta slow it.
Slow those minions down. Don't let them stand there and auto-attack quickly. All right, you can see on the side of 100 Thieves, it's Gargoyle Stoneplate second on Contracts, so he's going to be the big beef boy in the middle of the fights. Zeke's Convergence built second on Breezy's Recon as opposed to a Stoneplate, so he doesn't necessarily want the huge tank ability, just wants to provide that power-up for his AD carry instead. I can understand it. You do need to be able to cut through these guys on the front line of the side of C9.
Yep.
And they're after their 4th turret of the game. Cloud9 Academy still have 0, man. This is the big part of the gold difference between these two teams here. Only 1 kill separates them. The farm's not abysmally different.
Yeah.
It's really just all about these 4 turrets.
Yeah, 100 Thieves Academy has been playing the map very well. They've been getting flanks on C9, which has kept C9 from being able to get quality groups up because they'll just get flanked by the strong initiation potential of 100 Thieves Academy. So really, it's like this survival game where you're hoping King can somehow get to Infinity Edge and a defensive item, because if he doesn't, it's like the fight can just be Flash Recon engage into a Shockwave and it's open. So that's why 100 Thieves have been able to posture so well. Right now with Orianna top, C9's at least getting a chance to push mid.
Well, they won't get much more than a chance at it because 100 Thieves have managed to hold the line, clear things out. And that turret's not even going to dip below half HP. King goes back to farm the jungle. They're making sure they're giving him as many resources as possible. Does have the highest farm on the map. And one thing that I find interesting is when you compare the CS values in the Academy games to that of the LCS games, you can see a noticeable difference, right? Like, you look at the timer in the game, 2 minutes, or 22 minutes 30, and the highest farm in the game is 215 on King. So not quite the same level of economy that you would see in the big-time LCS stage, but that's what Academy's for, right? They're building it up. They're learning the skill sets to translate into that higher level of play, as 100 Thieves will set down some vision in the enemy jungle, see if maybe they have the opportunity to make a pick. Instead, it's Diamond going in. Gargoyle Stone Blade. He's so tanky. No one can kill him. But Contracts, he's now going to be tanking up here on the front line. Palafox grabs a root onto him. He's pulled back, and nobody dies because Stone Plates.
Yeah, Contracts had one too.
Yeah. Yes. Stone Plate versus Stone Plate combat.
Easy. Let's see what's down there. No Leona ult, no Aphelios ult, no Lee Sin ult, but they still got enough damage. They can get that mid priority back and get that mid turret.
Mid turret down. That's the first one. Cloud9 Academy has got themselves all game. That means they're on the board with the objectives outside of that first Mountain Drake. Feels good one for Cloud9. Let's see what else they're going to do. The red buff is up. King wants to get his hands on that for sure. He has the Severum Crescendum duo on his guns, which is the ultimate dueling one.
Yes.
And notice the extra shield that he has too from Severum because he was able to get the healing from the Scythe pistol. So a little bit of extra survivability from that Wombo combo, but let's be honest, in the face of Orianna Shockwave plus set from the top rope, you're still gonna die.
He would just die. We were doing a little bit of talking earlier about like, hey, I wonder like what the best Aphelios guns are, and it is the heal gun with the white gun for close quarters combat, right?
I love your beautiful use of the terminology. Ah, yes, when he works the healing gun together with the white gun.
So we were the first ones to cast, or I think Dracos and I were the first ones to cast Pro Aphelios. This was at All-Star. This was literally before he was out in solo queue because was an earlier patch.
That was when Dracos and I did the Earth game.
Yeah, we came up with the color coding because we were thinking like, okay, no one's played this champion yet. They're not going to know what Severum, Crescendum.
Wait, what do you mean you came up with the color? You didn't invent the color. The red one's the red one.
So they've always been color coded, but instead of us trying to say like, oh yeah, Gravitum, we just be like, oh yeah, Slow Gun.
Okay, well, like, in that context, it makes sense. Yeah. I totally agree with that. All right, here we go. It's Stoneplate time. Once again, Haymakers into the fight. Breezy's going to be following that one up. Chain CC coming down left, right, and center. Damage going on to the Cloud9 lines, and Diamond is low. King is gone.
Yeah, poor dude. Both summoner spells down. And they just keep running him down.
He didn't even get to ulti. It's still available. Contract.
Hello.
They're just going to slam them together. Fudge has gone into the Death Realm. And it looks like 100 Thieves aren't even worried about it. Saligo on a rampage. Fudge trying to walk himself out of this one. Thieves making sure they don't dive too far into this fight. Cloud9 not finding that cohesion that we were talking about at the beginning of the day here. Still seeming just a little bit scatterbrained as they try to withstand the 100 Thieves attack, who are now 4,000 gold ahead of their opponents.
Yeah, I think patience is the name of the game for all of these Academy orgs, basically. Like, we know C9 has a history of developing tremendous talent from within their org. This team hasn't quite found it yet, but watching this team right here, like, they see King in mid lane, and they know they have 5 people that can chase, and Contracts just goes. The fact that they got King's Flash so early, I think actually emboldened their want to continue because they knew they'd be able to close the gap and finish him off.
Feels good to just be able to blow him up like that. And that is the thing about Aphelios. Like, people talk a lot about the champion and what they'd like to see changed with him. But one thing that it is important to remember is he does not have a dash, and he does not have any kind of an invisibility or a disengage. So if you catch him, he's pretty dead.
Yeah. It's why you see him paired so often with Tahm Kench and Braum. You kind of need a Warden to keep him safe. If you're going to pick it with something like Leona, you have to be the ones engaging. Otherwise, he's just dead. And that's kind of what we're seeing in this game.
Contracts just grabs Palafox, slaps him into the air because those chickens had not spawned yet, so there wasn't anything to slam him into for the extra stun. But 100 Thieves still looking to find even more here. Big God pushing up the mid lane, finds a little bit of damage onto Fudge, but honestly nothing to write home about. 100 Thieves, let's see what they can do with this. Let's see how hard they can push this lead. They've occupied enemy territory. They've laid down the vision. C9 feels choked out of their own half of the map. Palafox will jump forward. He finds the chain, but that's it. Has to immediately jump back or else he's going to die. And Saligo and Prismal are applying pressure onto the tier 2.
Yeah, getting something done in the time before the potential Ocean Drake is spawned. And I'm going to make an assumption here that I think people that are watching this Academy broadcast are pretty hardcore League fans. So they might appreciate
We appreciate
what
you
comes
all.
next. Yeah, we appreciate them all.
Thank you, crowd.
Also, a lot of times hardcore League fans also watch LCK. So I'm going to make a few generalizations about the way that LCK approaches Dragon Soul and Drakes. Like, it almost feels to me when a team is one Soul Drake away, they do nothing until they can secure that Soul. That's not what's happening here. They're actually going in to try and make plays.
100 Thieves looking to make the moves. I swear something like King's gun is broken or something. He fires like every time you see an Inferno multi from the other Aphelioses, it's like, oh my god, everything around me is burning. What's happening? All our defenses were for nothing.
Yeah.
And for Kings, it's like somebody lit a match and dropped it on the floor accidentally. You have to stomp it out real quick. It's just not doing anything.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Like, it's weird. You're just not hitting any grouped up people. But basically, kind of the point I'm making, and you should check this, like...
Wait, oh, look at that thing.
Okay.
It's flying crooked. It's not even the right way. Look, it's like 45 degrees wrong.
And it did 3 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so like now, because 100 Thieves was doing stuff, they run the risk of not having the right setup for Dragon Soul. So what happens in LCK, and I don't know if this is right or wrong, but they actually just stay far away from enemy turrets, push minions, and then they go hide until the next minion wave, and they actually just ping pong for 4 minutes, and then they do the Drake. I was watching one highlight where like the highlight literally cut from the 3rd Drake to the 4th Drake. It was like 3rd Drake fight, and that they get that one, and then the next highlight was 4th Drake's up.
All right.
It's like they're all in the same spot 5 minutes later.
Bathroom break, C in 5.
Yeah, either way, 100 Thieves is doing what you're trying to do when you're getting control. You push up mid first, then you move into River, especially when you're the stronger team, and that usually helps you control vision. Fake God's top though, so they can't move in and they're losing their control wards.
Well, Diamond's also half HP. Fake God does have teleport ready to go. The pings are coming out. Cloud9 is like, yo, it's now or never. But 100
Yeah.
Thieves is saying, no, it's not. You guys better back away. That is our water lizard. Let's see if Palafox can scare these guys out. Prismal's half HP.
He's got contracts, so they get.
And it looks like that Drake is secured. 100 Thieves, for all the advantages they had built for themselves, are not able to secure the Soul nice and early. They will find a kill most likely here onto Fudge. They'll take him down. Honori's going to find himself in the middle of multiple Thieves now, and that's not where you want to be. He's taken out as well. Unstoppable Soligo signals a 2-for-0 for the side of 100 Thieves. Yes, it is at the cost of the Ocean, but I would think Baron is now the call.
Yeah, they'll still be able to make moves to win the game, but I can kind of see why. Yes, there's no way it's an optimal strategy to just do nothing between Drakes when you're close to Dragon Soul, but I can see why it happens. Because 100 Thieves fumbled the Drake there. Like, Fake God wasn't in the right spot. They didn't have early vision controlled, and since they've had the lead for the past 6 minutes, they could have had it all set up beforehand. Either way, now we're going to Baron with no jungler on the other team.
What are Diamond and King doing? They're going in here, but they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Breezy and Soligo taken very low. Moonlight Vigil's not going to find a whole lot of anything. Baron taken down, and it is secure. Oh, that was spooky. Good lord, man, that was way closer than that should have been.
Yeah, you don't have the same type of like execute damage on set when 2.5 item, two item Blanc jumps in. Whew, that was close.
Yeah, I was watching that thinking, man, LeBlanc's 25% HP. You have no jungler. Why are you even going near the pit? But it came a lot closer than I thought it should.
Yeah, first. King's got his items now, so Contract's
Contracts is just sort of chilling here. There's your combo from the top rope. Oh, he doesn't even get a kill, so I kind of wasted that call. That feels bad. Well, Fake God, he's coming in from behind, seeing if maybe they can find some sort of a move here. Palafox grabbing the kill onto the set. Contracts, he's back in the fountain for the next 40 seconds. It's a jungler for jungler trade. 100 Thieves are on the counterattack. They got the Baron buff. The whole squad's wearing purple. What can they do with it?
You'll get more time for that call.
Oh, I know. He's going to be played a lot.
From the top rope. That was a good one. They got Baron still. Soligo pushes up 7-1 and 5. Jeez. Should get both inhibitor turrets down with this push.
All right, Palafox. All right, Fudge. This is where you make your stand. There are invaders at the gate. You must hold your castle walls. But 100 Thieves are just saying, nope, we've got a battering ram. And we're not going to put up with this any longer. Here comes your Shockwave. They go on the front line. He's in trouble. Shut down by King. The damage is finally coming out. Moonlight Vigil not going to find the mark onto Prismal. More CC coming through. Palafox following this one up, and Nori's able to find the kick, and that is the carries down. Fake God's now dealing with Fudge there in the back line, but Fudge has backup coming through in the form of Diamond. Palafox rotating in from the side, and Fake God is going to find himself CC'd to death, while Nori goes in after Breezy. Fake God at least takes one with them. What in the world is going on? Are these guys gonna lose 1v3?
It's easier to walk away. Okay, so they still have a Nori on the flag.
Oh, good God, man! The man ain't fake, he's a real god. He's just slamming people into the ground. 1v4, does not care. Get out of his game.
Oh, man. Raid boss right there. No healing reduction. Spirit Visage Conqueror Aatrox.
Where's your Morellonomicons?
Going to town. Yeah, usually, like you could make a pretty compelling argument that you actually don't need a Morellonomicon just for an Aatrox team. This is the counterpoint to that. When that
Oh, man, that was... Put that one in your highlight reel, man. Get some quick edits and some cuts from scene to scene on that. Put some wub over it.
So, like, Fudge had him in the Mordekaiser ult earlier as well. So, yeah, so at this point it's Conqueror stack. And yeah, he's not even ulted. He's just that strong. He's landing basically every sweet spot. Gets this. King goes around because he has 3 people, right? But Leona is trying to play the long game by going around. And King is just there getting murdered.
All right, Fake God. Somebody better be paying for his dinner tonight, because this man is making sure these guys win this game. Still 6,000 gold ahead of Cloud9 Academy. Next chance at that Ocean Soul coming up here in about 30 seconds. They got control over the bottom half of the map. Fudge is top side, TP ready to go. Everybody from 100 Thieves already here on the bottom half of the map, looking to take down that last remaining tier 2.
Yeah,
oh,
Flowers.
Man.
That was Aatrox without Ocean Soul.
Oh, no.
Imagine Aatrox.
Oh, no.
He's just going to go kill the Nexus himself.
Honestly, I don't know if they'll be able to stop him at this point. He's got the stopwatch, too, to buy a little bit of extra time. And everybody's marching down to the Ocean Drake. Will Cloud9 even bother trying to contest this one? I ask myself as I pose the answer of no. It looks like that's Ocean Soul for the side of 100 Thieves Academy, and the regeneration is real.
Yeah, probably over. The one win condition here
Fudge.
Is King having all these items, but that's a Mordekaiser. He's got to ult someone.
What are you doing down there, pal?
It's fine.
Okay, they get the ult out of him. Oh, no, they don't. No, they don't. He just walked away. It's the green color with the Star Guardian Rakan.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to tell if it's there because there's so many green particles, so I'm just going to blame green.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a duo misplay between me and the color green. Let's see if Cloud9 can continue to hold the line here.
Oh,
Prismal leading the charge.
Well, King's not there. There's no way without King they can hold this.
You know, he's trying to deal with those minions there on the top side. Fudge trying to walk out of this one. There's your ulti. There you are, Green, and he is mean. And Nori's taken down. Contract's grabbing the kill on that one. C9 have lost their king, and the kingdom will fall to follow. Palafox is gone. Double kill over to Prismal. 5-0 ace. Clean them off the board, ladies and gentlemen. This one's done. 100 Thieves Academy find their 4th win of the split.
Well done to 100 Thieves Academy. The carry comes out at the end from Fake God. Soligo had that early lead. The flex pick set coming in clutch. And they did some good stuff this game to move to their 4th win.
Fake God. That's the story of this game for me. You got to describe it in one word, which is technically 2, but it's 1 because they're combined. Fake God. That's the man with the plan in the top lane.
Yep.
No contest. What a chat.
Yeah, just that play at the end where it's like, well, we just lost the fight. Maybe Aphelios is going to start running this game, and then Aphelios walks up to him and says, nope, Aatrox is running this game.
I didn't actually see which guns the Aphelios had. I don't know if he was going for the Severum Crescendo.
By the end, he had Infernum Gravitum, I believe.
But that's the very, I mean, when he got thumped.
Oh, at the end, it doesn't matter at the end. He just got so...
No, I mean, in the play where Fake God just managed to turn everything around in a 1v4. All right, King, what guns did you have? Oh no, he was walking up. He was walking up right into
Too
his
slow.
opponent's face with graviton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was trying to catch
That's not the 1v1 gun.
Yeah.
So makes things a little bit rougher to do with that. But hey, 100 Thieves, they made it happen, man.
He did catch him as well. It's just a matter of what catching him entails.
Yes, you did catch him.
You get the graviton to catch people. Overall, happy to see 100 Thieves. Pretty good Drake control, right? They controlled their Baron play as well. They were trying to make practical plays around the map, and that's what you like to see. Because I think the point of this for 100 Thieves is to develop players who can then be on LCS. So you're trying to
the whole point
implement
of
and
Academy in
run
general.
pro-level systems. And I think a lot of teams end up missing that and just going for too many like solo out plays or YOLO plays. I like the structure that 100 Thieves has here.
Well, that structure got them a win today, and we're going to go ahead now, send things down to Riv, who's standing by with that victorious top laner.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. I am joined by 100 Thieves, Fake God, or as you said, Flowers, Real God. Deathless coming into this game and an absolutely boss Aatrox in the top lane. I have to ask you, just what were your thoughts on the game? Do you feel like you made some mistakes, or how do you think you played that?
Basically, I just farmed super hard, and then that was like the one fight where you could actually see the farm pay off. So I was happy that I got like one really good fight, and yeah, that's how the game went for me.
Well, the mechanics definitely have to be there along with the farm, and I think we saw that in today's game. Looking at past season, you had time to play in the LCS, and it's definitely seemed that it has made you a better player. Are you taking more of an active role on Academy? Did LCS kind of help you build that up?
Right now, I think I'm playing just better than I was before, but it didn't really change like my shot calling or anything like that. It just made me a better, more consistent player because I realized like how good people can actually be, and in Academy, it's just like I don't see it as much, but I'll still try. I still keep it in myself. Like I said that really badly, but yeah, something like that.
No, it's a fantastic goal. Obviously, you're always trying to strive for something, and if you keep that goal in mind, it'll come to fruition. Final question for you. Since 2018, when you were picked up #1 out of Scouting Grounds by 100 Thieves, you've been with them for that journey all the way. How has that experience been?
It's pretty good because I didn't actually know about 100 Thieves before Scouting Grounds or anything, but now that I've been with them, it's like pretty insane, like how big they are and like how big they want to be, and I'm really glad that they picked me up. And I'm really willing to stay with them for a long time, I guess.
Well, you've already been an awesome part of it. Fake Guy, congratulations on the win and best of luck moving forward in the season. We're going to throw it back to the State Farm analyst desk to wrap up the day.
I am not the State Farm analyst desk, but we're still going to wrap this one up. Let's see how the teams stack up here at the end of it. Dignitas Academy stays on top of the standings with a 5-0 record. Immortals and 100 Thieves tie for the second spot with Team Liquid still looking for their first win at 0-5.
Yeah, Immortals really smashed during Academy Rush. If you do want to get that dose of Academy as well, 5 p.m. Pacific time on Fridays, you get 4 Academy games all at once, just the good stuff.
It's a whole lot of Academy coming up then, but let's take a look at what games we have coming up tomorrow. We'll see Immortals and 100 Thieves face off at noon, followed by Golden Guardians versus TSM. A few more games, and then TSM Academy will try to dethrone the top dogs in Dignitas.
Yeah, the Dignitas Academy game, it's like an LCS team playing an Academy. It's always interesting to see
I mean, all those guys have the time,
how
right?
good a lot of those players really are. It's cool.
Well, as we're wrapping up things here in North America, if you need more league action right now, stay tuned for the LEC rebroadcast going live right after the show. Now, for myself, the casters, the entire live broadcast crew, every single one of us, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more of the LCS. Good night.